So, as a world at large, we seem to be moving more towards skills and moving away from the idea of accredited degrees, etc. But this seems to be a trend at the surface right now. If you really go deeper and you look at how companies recruit, you'll see a lot of job descriptions talking about the need for particular degrees. And that almost acts like a filtration mechanism. In fact, for the job market and employment at large, in the corporate sector and in the social sector where ISDM works, or the Indian School of Development Management works, there is still demand for degrees. A lot of government jobs, a lot of international development jobs require that. So I think while the trend is moving towards skills, there is still a lot of importance given to where you're coming from, what degree you've done, what kind of educational pedigree you come from. And because of that, both students and their parents also continue to give importance to this. So to summarize, I would say the world is split right now. There are people who are saying, hey, as long as I know how to do my job and I bring something to the table, it shouldn't matter where I come from. And there are others who say, no, but I still need a degree. Dono chal rahe hain.
So, how do you ensure that the learning outcomes in your institutions translate into real-world career success for students?
So, what do you need to be successful? I think that's a question to be asked. And maybe let's start with the question of what the goal of education really is. So, for many people, the goal of education is the ability to earn a living. I think for us at ISDM and at large, if you look at NEP, if you look at the National Curriculum Framework, the way the goal of education has been defined is towards creating more holistic individuals and more global citizens rather than just workers, right? So the idea of education is not just to earn a living, but to really contribute to making a person at large. And that's the approach that we take at an institution like ISDM, which is trying to create management talent and new age, modern, cutting edge management talent for the social sector, for the development sector. To make this happen, I think we have 2 or 3 kinds of focus areas as part of our curriculum as well as our pedagogy. One, there is a lot of focus on creating a certain kind of individual. So who you are, how you think, what are the things which are important to you as an individual? What are the values you stand for? How do you define what is right and wrong? I think all of these are incredibly important when it comes not just to your personal life, but to your workspace. I think there's a lot of focus in the ISDM one-year postgraduate program on these things. Second, there is a lot of focus on building you as a professional, but with the right kind of soft skills, what we call soft skills. So in the development sector, versus the business sector, the importance of collaboration is way more than the importance of competition. So through the program, our students are taught how to collaborate. How do you work with people who are least like you? How do you learn from people who are least like you? Rather than, how do you compete with people around you? So the imbibing of softer skills, higher order skills, critical thinking, problem solving, structured thinking, looking at things more creatively, innovatively, and most importantly, learning how to work with people is a key part of the program. And lastly, what is most often than not given importance is the hard skills. And that's the third part of the curriculum, which is very important. Is, if you're looking at brand building for the social sector, if you're looking at financial management for the social sector, people engagement and management, strategy, compliance, governance, all of that is then taught. So it's a mixture of all 3 kinds of things which are part of the curriculum.
Thank you so much for your time, Gaurav.